Welcome to YT 2021 live stream. My name is Fei Chen. Today I'm going to introduce you the Indecible Cutting Tools manufacturer YT. Meanwhile, I want to introduce you our latest product, UFO MILL, and the patented tools which we have been selling for so many years. Because for the live stream, we have only 30 minutes. So if you have time or if you have any question, you can chat with our colleague. I have a colleague who sits next to me, is Albert, who's gonna to answer your questions. Or after the live stream, email to our company about your question and interest. So let's have a look at this interesting company, YT. YT is a professional indecible cutting tools manufacturer since 1977. It's the founder and the president, Mr. David Chen. We have factory in Taipei. We have totally 4 factory units. So the first unit, we produce indecible shank and indecible cutters. The second unit, we produce all different inserts. The third unit, we grind different carbide inserts in different geometry and different design. The last unit, we produce customized tools, so which can fit all different demands of customers. We are the company, we do our own branding. We have our own R&D research and development team. We have our own manufacturer facility. So we are the company, we actually manage our marketing policy, and we're running our own warehouse, delivery, production, and design. As we have a very passionate R&D team, we always want to have the latest technology and to produce the latest tools for our customers. So far, we have more than 30 different patents of the work. Our philosophy. I think people are always wondering how Indecible Cutting Tools company can survive for more than 40 years. And I think this is the reason. That's our philosophy. Our philosophy is, why solid when indecible tool is available? Why solid if indecible tool is available? As we can see, in the market, you have many traditional tools like solid carbide or high-speed steel. But due to the increasing machining costs and more complicated materials, solid high-speed steel tools is no longer enough for the production to reduce their machining costs. So this is why I would say for indecible tools, it's a great solution that can reduce the machining cost, because you can always change different carbide inserts instead of change the whole carbide. And also for insert type, we are always able to grind different geometries. So for difficult materials like Inconel, titanium, hardened steel, also with aluminum, those difficult materials, we have the solution for it. So I would say this is the future, and it's a great idea to help our users to increase their productivity. So today I'm gonna to show you 5 different products, which is iconic from the company. The first one I would like to show you is our latest patent, which we have since last year. It's our UFO MILL. So as you might see from the screen, we use a very special CAPTO system, which we call it mini CAPTO. It's a tapered polygon design, which can ensure the tool strength while machining. Meanwhile, we have an additional center cylindrical pin, which can find the center of the shank easily. So probably it's easier to see from this picture. You have a cylindrical pin, you have a taper polygon, which can make sure the head is sitting. And due to this is the whole grinded head, we have the advantage you have three-phase contact, which means that while high-speed machining or difficult material machining, you still have very good stability of the tools, and which lead to a good tool life of the head, of the carbide head. Besides to a great excellence of the design, we also have many, we have also a wide range of different size and applications. As you might see from the screen, we have 5 different heads. So altogether, we have 111 carbide heads, 5 different shank, and you can make more than 500 different combinations. The advantage of the UFO mill is it's easier to fit. While it's not only easy to fit, but it's also very easy for customers to get a great tolerance. So my colleague Jason might show you the design of the head. 这上面有看到吗？ So some people might wondering why we call it UFO mill, because it looks like a UFO. It's like an unidentified flying object. So this is why we give the name, because of the shape of UFO. So with the screw and screwdriver from Switzerland, we make sure the head is fitting well in the shank. At the meantime, you have a different choice for different shank. Like you have longer shank, you have like the screw in type of shank. The screw in type. Screw in shank. So we also have the material with high-speed steel shank, the material with carbide shank. So this is why together you can have 500 different combinations, which can reduce the cost of the stock inventory. And what's the advantage with indexable type? As you might see that for the users probably that may use the solid one, this is a solid end mills. So for solid end mills, if you want to have a different length, if you want to have a different length, you have to buy another end mill. And if you want to have a different corner radius or different profiles of the cutting parts, then you have to buy separate carbide end mills. So for indexable UFO mill, it's convenient because you always change this front head. When this is wear out, then you just change this one and you get a new one. So this is our UFO mill. I hope that will be interesting products. Indeed, we have already starting to sell in Europe, and the feedback is good because you reduce the cost of the head and you can run a more efficiency machining time. The second one, let's went through another significant tools from YT. It's called UFO family. Right, it's with the same title UFO because they have a very similar patented interface. It's like CAPTO, but we will say it's like a mini CAPTO because it's very small. Minimal size of it's from 6.5 millimeter. And there's no people use CAPTO on the insert. And meanwhile, this is like a taper one. It's conical. So with conical design, it's easier to fit in the center of the shank. Again, we also offer a wide range of different applications of inserts. So we have, for instance, thread milling, carbide insert. It's a full profile and partial profile. We have corner radius, concave, T-slot cutter, which is one of our most popular items because we cover many different sizes. Minimum thickness, we start from 0.5 and up to 8 millimeter. The next one, we have a radius. We have double chamfer, we have circlip, we have dovetail. So totally, we have 9 different applications. And most of the items, I would say we put it on the stock. Instead of going for special tools, that would be a great idea to come to YT and say, oh, do you have diameter 20 with thickness 2 millimeter? The answer most of the time is yes. So you can reduce your delivery time and your stock inventory. The third one from today I would like to present to you is the slitting saw. As you might see, it's over there. We have a very big saw, which is probably the same size or maybe bigger than my face. Indeed, actually, we can make maximum diameter of the saw up to 600 millimeter with the indexable design. For the traditional slitting saw, you might see this is like a solid one. They often offer with solid carbide or with high-speed steel. But with solid carbide, you might see it's most of the time very costly, and it's not so flexible as indexable saw blade. They cannot change to different carbide inserts for different materials. For high-speed steel slitting saw, it's relatively much cheaper, but the tool life and the performance, it's also much less. So I would say indexable saw blade is a good solution in the between. We have the wide range from minimum 50 millimeter up to maximum 600 millimeter. For each of the cutter, you can fit with different carbide inserts for different applications. If you want to cut stainless steel, if you want to cut steel, if you want to cut aluminum, copper, hardened steel, we have different geometry and different form of the inserts. So one cutter, you can fit more than 10 different types of inserts. So some people might be interested, how can you fit the inserts? Because if you say our minimum thickness, we can reach 1 millimeter. How can you fit the inserts? And the whole design, it's the most important part of the design is we don't use any screw. And if we don't use any screw to fit the inserts, how can we fit it? We have a patent clamping system to hold the inserts, and with a very special key. And actually, it's quite easy. It's the key, and we design with 2 pinholes, And with the pin, you can change different inserts by the engineer. Look at this beautiful, nice picture. This is machined by, as you might understand, if the saw blade is very clean, very accurate slots. Also, you can see from another test report from our customer from Europe. This is the surface finishing from the material, and this is cut by our saw blade. It's nice, right? They say it's like a mirror. Indeed, only with high accuracy saw blade, you can achieve this result. So this is how flat working, how flat, and how we fit the inserts by only clamping system. You see there's no screws. And we have this one already since I think it's since 15 years. We have been selling this item for 15 years. 2 years ago, we have a test in Sweden in RPM under 17,500 revolution per minute. The insert still sits very well during the machining. So then you can see it's a great clamping system we have. The time is really flying. Now we still have only maybe 10 minutes left. The next one I would like to show to you is one of our iconic products from YT. We call it transfer key. So it's an indecibel countersink. From this nice picture, probably you notice, what's this part over here at the back of the tools? This is indeed the carbide strip. Right, this is carbide. And what's the purpose why we put the carbide here? So the purpose of the carbide is we put the carbide strip at the back to increase the ability of wear resistance. So when you have a better wear resistance, you have a better tool life for the inserts. Meanwhile, we use this carbide strip to make an unequal angle. What's the purpose for that? It actually helps to reduce the vibration while machining. And this is also the reason why our transfer key can be used in manual machine. So normally for the manual machine, we know the clamping system or the machine, it's not so stable. So this is the reason why you don't have any tools which is indecibel inserts can be applied in the manual machine. And for that reason of the carbide strip, our transfer pin can be used in the manual machine. Not only manual drilling machine, but also the hand tool, but also for the power tools, also for the radical hand tools. It's an interesting tools, right? Let's move to the last one from today. It's indecibel center drill and spot drill. Indecibel center drill and spot drill. As we know, for center drill and spot drill, the most important is center accuracy. So we use a clamping a patented clamping system. We call it 390. Basically, they put the insert in the middle of the shank and use two double-sided clamping systems to hold the inserts. So we can make sure the insert sits at the center, and we get a very good tolerance at 8 micron of the concentricity. With a high concentricity, we can make sure you have a better drill tool life and tap drill tool life. And once again, for indexable tool, the advantage is always with excellent flexibility. For one shank of the center drill, you can fit all different type of inserts. You have from 60 degrees, 60 plus 120 degrees, 90 degrees, 60 degrees. Meanwhile, you can fit the insert for engraving tools. So altogether, if you invest the cost for one shank, you can fit for 11 different inserts. So I would say it's a great idea, right? You have one shank and you can change inserts for different applications. Same for our spot drill, we offer also different angles. You have 90, 90 plus 142 and 142 degrees. 2 degrees. So it's a great accurate tools which helps you not only for cost saving but also increase your productivity and stock inventory saving. So let me see, for this live stream we have many friends here. If you have any questions, please ask put the message on the live chat. We're gonna to answer you. 差不多了耶。For another, we still have another 8 minutes. Okay, so I would like to put something additional from the presentation. So YT is always the company full of patience. If you read our catalogs, so this is the catalogs that you can download online, or you can email to our company. We can send you the catalogs. If you check our catalogs, you might feel like, you might have the feeling, oh, this is a very unique company because we don't have big catalogs, but all products in the catalogs are very unique, and we have always a very wide range of the size applications. And it's not only a catalog of size. I mean, there is not only the information for the size, but also you have the information like technical recommendation for the cutting data. You have also information for how to make the program, how to choose the carbide grades for different materials. We are a team. We are already established in 40 years, and we still living in a passionate in cutting tools. If you have the same vision like YT, we welcome you to contact us and be our partners. So thank you very much for your time. Meanwhile, I also want to thank you, my colleagues. I thank you, Erica. I thank you, Naomi, Albert, and Jason, who now is sitting next to me. And thank you once again. Thank you.